Yeah, so if China
The
really
cover-up side.
releases the virus, if China really released this virus from a lab or whatever, what would the purpose be? Because the death fatalities are so low unless you're 100 years old.
Hmm.
They're not going to kill that many people other than the old
Well,
people. Maybe that's the idea, or is
because
it to destroy the economy?
no, it's because of ID 2020, which is digital identification, which can be distributed to you through a vaccine.
What?
Look up ID 2020.
That's actually the first I've heard of this one.
Look up ID 2020.
ID. Where'd you hear this one?
This is all fucking wrapped up into the same thing, dude. Look it up. ID 2020, the ID Digital Alliance.
What
Look
am I
up
supposed? Am I supposed to Google or YouTube?
Google ID 2020 coronavirus.
Oh, I guess I gotta type in coronavirus.
Yeah, here we go. I'll send you. I'll send you a link of something I just opened. I haven't read it yet.
The real danger agenda is ID 2020. Which the most infamous? The first one I got was the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. The real is dot dot dot.
Yeah, open it. Read it.
I'm reading.
Same. I'm skimming actually.
Yeah, because reading's not my thing. Not seeing anything that isn't already known information.
After the pandemic has been officially declared, the next step may be also at the recommendation of either the WHO or individual countries for forced vaccination under police and with military surveillance.
Well, why wouldn't they force vaccination? The problem is, here's what I have with that. They don't force the flu vaccination.
No, but
What's the fucking
they,
difference?
they also don't blow this shit up like they do this.
Why are they blowing this up though? They don't. More people are going to die this year for the flu than they're going to die of the coronavirus. But we're blowing this shit up for a reason because someone has scared somebody. We don't know why. Maybe it could be the Chinese trying to take over.
If
Aliens.
the dude forced vaccination will happen, another bonanza for big pharma. People really don't know what type of cocktail we put in the vaccine. Maybe a slow killer that acts up in a few years, or a disease that only hits.
Yeah. That's the other thing. We have to trust doctors of this new medicine they're going to inject into our infected bodies.
Right.
Wow.
So
You know what they did? You know what they did in the 1700s when they thought people were sick? They poked them and they would bleed. They're like, let me just bleed you out. And then maybe you'll get new blood and you'll be fine.
So here we go. All is possible, always with the aim of full population control and population reduction. In a few years' time, one doesn't know where the disease comes from. Another hypothesis, but a realistic one, is with the vaccination, a nanochip may be injected unknown to the person being vaccinated.
Oh my God. Come on. Who wrote this article? I mean, was it the guy from Ancient Aliens with the big hair? Like, they're injecting a microcomputer chip into your bloodstream because those exist and so do fairies.
They do exist. No, they do. Look it up.
I mean, I saw it in Mission Impossible.
Here you go. Here's one. Let me send this one to you.
I'm going to inject this microchip into your skin, and then they won't be able to detect it, and everything will be fine when you're undercover giving naked in front of some other dude that I don't want you to get naked in front of.
Yeah, I don't know.
You sent me something?
Yeah, I'm sending it right now.
Oh, you got it. All right, hold on. Oh, it's a YouTube video.
I haven't watched it, but we're gonna watch it together.
All right, hold on. I gotta watch it on my computer because I opened it up on Teams on my
Yeah, it's real
PC. So hold on. This old guy talking.
Yeah.
I think we're live because I don't know how to use a fucking computer. Who is this guy? So, why does you got to do YouTube video? Who's this guy? He's sharing something as someone else shared. A computer. A computer is working on the vaccine. That actually makes more sense than you think. Who's Big Farmer?
All of the drug company.
Hmm. Since when do supercomputers still exist? He's calling it a supercomputer, which doesn't exist, which is probably a data center or something like that. Come on. No, this guy's full of shit. Where's his references?
Yeah, that was stupid. That's a terrible one.
This guy is full of so much shit. He's like, this is biblical. This is biblical because I say so. Like, the guy's a retard.
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
This is biblical because this is mark of the beast because they're going to inject microchips into our bloodstream. No, they're not.
Here you go. Listen to this. ID 2020 unveils a digital ID program. At its annual summit in New York, ID 2020 Alliance announced the rollout of a digital identity program with the government of Bangladesh, Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, and new partners of academia, government, and humanitarian relief. Digital ID is being implemented today, and we recognize the importance of swift action to close the identity gap. Now is the time for bold commitments to ensure that we respond both quickly and responsibly. We and our ID 2020 Alliance partners, both present and future, are committed to rising this challenge. While the opportunity for immunization could serve as a platform for digital identity, the program harnesses existing birth registration and vaccination operations to provide newborns with portable and persistent biometrically linked identities. We are implementing a forward-looking approach to digital identity that gives individuals control over their personal information while still building off existing systems and programs, said Anir Chowdhury, policy advisor. The government of Bangladesh recognizes the design of digital identity systems carries far-reaching implications for individuals.
Nothing?
89% of children and adolescents without identification live in countries supported by Gavi. We're enthusiastic about the potential impact of this program, not just in Bangladesh, but as something we can replicate across the something or other. And this is back in March 19. No, this was.
Where are you reading this from?
I'll share this to you.
I mean, some article online.
Yeah.
That's a problem with the internet. Is we can write whatever we want. We want to write. It's a freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean it's real information.
Here we go. Here's the actual ID2020.org website. I'll share this with you. Hold on. Teams. Where are you at, Teams? Okay, I'll just copy it.
The prime example of that is like, okay, so I love the show Ancient Aliens, but the people on there in reality, it's just entertainment because they're all bad shit fucking crazy.
Right.
They're all bad shit fucking crazy. Everything is because of aliens. It wasn't Jesus and the Son of God. It was obviously misinterpreted. It's aliens. So instead of believing in the Bible, even if you're not a Christian, are you going to believe in fucking aliens did everything, or are you going to believe in Jesus? I mean, come on. What's your A or B?
So look at that website. This is the actual website that we're talking about.
Would you Teams it to me or text it?
I teams it for you.
Oh yeah. Which one? The YouTube video is. Which one do I gotta click on?
The ID2020.org.
We need to get digital ID. Which honestly, I'm good if it's a fingerprint because I think that is so awesome. If you use your fingerprint, you're not gonna. Oh, like me, I forget my wallet every day. I can't find my wallet. Whatever. You're not gonna lose your fingerprint. And I assume your left thumb from your right thumb is different. ID 2020. It doesn't really say. They can't enforce people to do this.
They can if there's a mandate for vaccination, and everyone has to be tracked.
Say what?
You didn't think they could force you to close a bar or a gym last week, did you?
So tell me how big of a conspiracy theory that is. So they release a virus like this to make the end goal to make you have to digitally sign yourself so they can track a disease in the world when it's really not about the disease, it's about really tracking you.
Yep, that's what the whole conspiracy is about.
Ooh.
I don't know if I buy into it or not, but that's like the one that makes the most sense to me.
Dude, I just like boom without you even telling me put that all together. Because oh my god, it's really not that far fetched if you think about it. Like is it a coincidence that we're freaking out? Is it a coincidence that it's a flu? What is the problem here? And we are like at a zombie apocalypse level of we need to close everything down. We need no food, no, and that's a little exaggerate, but like we're not going to have restaurants open, no bars. We're going to shut down all these businesses. Like there's, if not trillions of dollars, we're in the high millions of dollars of loss over this pandemic.
$1 trillion to keep us at home.
Yeah, I mean, dude, unfortunately, the really small guys are going to go out of business over this, maybe leaked virus. I mean, it is insane.
Now imagine you're Bill Gates and you funded the company that patented it. You also funded the company that has a vaccine for it. And you also created the microchips that are supposed to be instilled in everyone through the vaccine.
Yeah, but what does Bill Gates, if he's really the creator behind the whole coronavirus?
Money.
But he's already a freaking billionaire by a billion. He doesn't need more money.
So why is he strategically placed behind all of these different things, though?
I don't know. This is the first for me. This is the first I've heard anything about Bill Gates be involved whatsoever with the coronavirus.
Isn't it weird?
But also, Bill Gates is a multi-billion billionaire. He could claim that he was framed and a bunch of hackers came in and just manipulated information.
Think about it. Who else has the global reach that he does?
Dude, it's the same thing. That theory is going to go as far as the NSA is spying on us, which we know they are. They can get whatever they want, whenever they want, right now.
This call's recorded.
I don't care. But the NSA will look for keywords like terrorism and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden they're in control of all devices on your network because we're all connected. We're all on the internet. we're all technically one big network, and the NSA has control of that network. So it doesn't really matter if we're connected, but we have to make a choice. Now, at one point in time, the USA had control of the World Wide Web for a long time because we had the root servers of the internet. We owned it. But I guarantee you, we're dumb enough to give up some of those servers. And we probably did. Which is super, super stupid when you control the internet for the entire planet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the history. I hope, and people are gonna be like, he's an idiot because it's been gone for a long time. But did you know that? Like, we controlled the World Wide Web from the beginning.
Oh yeah, wasn't it one of our? Wasn't who created the internet? Wasn't it one of the?
It was back in the '60s, and AT&T actually was involved, if I can remember. And military. It was obviously military first. The military gets everything first. They had the internet in the '60s. What's that tell you? If they had the internet in the '60s, what do they have now? Especially since we have aliens teaching the military technology.
Oh yeah.
You know? What are you looking up?
Who invented the internet?
Are you Googling who invented the internet?
Fuck yeah, I'm using the internet to find out.
I'm using the internet to see who invented the internet.
Bro,
Man.
I think there's some truth to some of this stuff. I just don't know how much.
You think what? Say it again?
I think there's some truth to some of this stuff, but I just don't know how much.
Yeah. There's truth with some of this. Even some of the stuff in Ancient Aliens is true history.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is, it's like having an ex-wife. They'll twist the truth, the real truth, far beyond what it really was. You know, it's like, there were aliens. What they really meant was it was someone from another land. Oh, look, they said aliens. Obviously, they were from another planet. You know, obviously, they said Mars. You know, no. This drawing looks like an alien, so obviously it's aliens. You know, look at this. It's a light bulb. No, it's not. And that's what we do. We twist the truth. But you know, for me, the universe is way beyond Earth.
Oh yeah, we're not alone.
I mean, if we are that dumb of a species to think we're the only ones out there in the entire universe, even if you're a Christian and the only thing you believe in is angels and demons, well, there is another universe. You know, I don't want to go to the hell one, but yeah, there's another universe.
That's fun.
I mean, it's another dimension.
Yeah.
It's something. I don't know what you label it, but if you know, I believe in heaven and hell, and it's not like, hey, I'm going to hell. I'm gonna go get some groceries. You know, I'm going to hell because my wife's mad at me. It's you go there permanently. We need to get digital ID. Identify as virtual for political, economic, and social opportunity, but systems of identification are archaic, insecure, lack adequate privacy protection. For over 1 billion people, inaccessible. Digital identity is being defined now, and we need to get it right. Click this link now for us to take over your life.
Yeah, now
That's what it really says.
So, now, you've watched sci-fi. I'm like the reason I get into this is because it's so sci-fi too. Like it's so sci-fi.
It's so
I
sci-fi.
keep waiting for them to make stacks so I can get a new sleeve.
I'm gonna get a stack. I want to get the sleeve. Don't give me a fat sleeve this time. You know, gosh, I died early.
I don't want to be a fat black woman.
Oh man, yeah, and you get like these hot chicks making out with the other chick, and the daughter's like all cool about it. It's dad in this hot girl's body. I'm like, obviously that's not what happened, but I remember there was some scene where the little girl hugs the other girl, and the mother's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "It's grandma," or something like that. I still gotta watch season 2 over again. Just like I'm gonna have to watch Witcher over again because in 9 years when they release season 2, we won't remember what happened in season 1.
Yeah.
And that's actually probably a good problem for them because they obviously planned on the show to fail. They planned on the show to fail because if you're the director of the show and you really think it's, oh my God, the gamers are going to fucking love this. Even people that don't game are going to watch this. It's going to be the best show on Netflix. He's not, has no confidence. You know, like, well, this is going to fucking fail. So, oh well, I made a decent show that has tits. But it was awesome. Everyone I've talked to that's seen The Witcher has thought it's awesome. It's kind of like The Mandalorian. They probably thought that was going to fail too, and I almost thought I forgot it existed. Like, The Mandalorian was awesome. It was on every Facebook post for weeks. And it was usually the soup scene where Baby Yoda's carrying the little soup or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't plan on things to succeed all the time the way we want it to succeed. Something we may not think is going to succeed or the customer we're going to get or whatever may succeed, and it will be a shock to us, but we'll be grateful.
I wonder what they're doing like in African countries right now that don't have a government.
I don't know. It's like when China...
Throwing spears and shit right
It's like China. All right. So China filters the internet.
now. Big time.
Big time. You can't get on anything, but everyone has figured out a way around that. There's so many VPNs you can get, and I guarantee you it's 90% of China that has these VPNs, including their own people. I mean, it's not like it's just Americans living over there. I got a VPN in. It's everybody there. Sorry, I don't care what country it is. We're always going to find a way around things if you're going to limit us to the things we like to do. You know? So, like, you're going to tell me I got to live my rest of my life and I'm not allowed to do any of this shit? Guess what? When you're not looking, I'm going to find a way around those issues. Like, when you're not looking. So... And it's like that in life in general, you know?
You can get a VPN to Italy right now. You get free porno.
Italy's on the rise. Did you know that?
Their death toll just passed China's today.
Yeah, but they're making comeback. Like they hit their peak.
Oh, did they?
You know, that's what I heard. They hit their peak and they're coming back now, and you know, that's what I heard today. They surpassed China's death toll.
Yeah.
How's that even possible? What's the death toll in Italy?
Like 4,000 or something.
Yeah, but the issue with Italy, and probably why it surpassed the death toll, is from what I was told, was Italy was the biggest country in the world with the most elderly people. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense from everything they said. If you're older, you have a bigger chance of not making it through this disease. But, you know, it's going to sound bad, but if I'm in my 80s or 90s, I've had a pretty good life.
Yeah.
Give me my next one. Man, I mean, 80s, but when you're in your 90s, you're like, okay, when's this shit over?
Yeah.
You know?
She got a new sleeve.
Yeah, give me a new sleeve because this thing's worn out. I can't even fucking walk.
I do hope they come up with something like that.
It's like in the Bible where, oh, Noah is 972 years old. In doggy days? Like, what? Who came up with this math? Or who changed the years and how that works? Who said there's 365 days in a year? God damn it. What's the history behind that? I want to know the history. What in it?
Been a great podcast episode.
I'm actually recording the whole thing.
Oh fuck.